Can't debate him. He never shuts up. He doesn't let you talk.
More questions. We'll close it on out of here. Eggsy, Trek Jedi for Mr. Gagne and Mr. Magnum. Jesse Ventura made an appearance for Triple H. Would either of you consider a Legends contract or appearances? Greg, how about you? You've made a couple of...
Right now.
Right now, hey.
Yeah.
Paul, if you're listening, give us all a call. I can help facilitate.
I mean, with what they're paying those guys to come in, I think Jesse's going to do they're doing some NBC Saturday night shows. About 4 of them.
Yeah.
They're going to use Jesse for that. So, yeah, if you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say anything at all. I'm done talking about Jesse.
Your former governor there.
Yeah. He's a dandy.
Yeah.
I called him one day to get on Power Town and do an action figure, right?
Yeah.
And I said, I talked to Adrian's wife, and it would really be good to be the East-West connection. And he says, why would I do anything to help her?
Oh, what?
And I said, what? I said, Adrian, if it wasn't for Adrian, Jesse, in the ring, he handled everything. And he proceeded to talk for 55 minutes. I never said another word. He went on about Trump and how he should be the vice president for Trump and how he could turn the country around. I mean, he's way out there. But that one set the tone of who he really is. Adrian made that team. Jesse could talk him in the ring, but Adrian in the ring was phenomenal. And for him not to help Adrian's wife, she needs some help to do an action figure on him, and he won't do it. Man, I tell you, next time I see him, I might knock him right on his ass.
Oh man. Political. We're gonna have a debate. We should have a debate, Greg and Jesse.
You can't debate him. He never shuts up. He doesn't let you talk. Speaking of debates, what did you guys think of the other night?
Oh my God. I am very non-political party oriented. I'm very much like that, and so it just seemed like a wash to me. Nobody really, I don't think. I don't know. Nobody. It wouldn't have swayed a voter either way. I think that debate. Yeah, what I wanted to kind of follow up on with both of you guys, you talked about like how it brings you back when you get to those.
How
it brings you back when you're like involved in wrestling and like you get those feels like the itch and the vibe of it all. I kind of wanted to get when you guys were done, basically, what was something for each of you that kind of, now you can't completely like find a perfect substitute for what you were doing in the ring, but what was a supplement that you put a lot of your attention on, like after you got done with the ring work and everything? Magnum, what was it a big thing for you? You invest a lot of time and redirected a lot of your passion into that.
Well, I started a construction company back in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. Got involved in telecom construction, and it was a very mentally challenging thing and new thing to learn. And I also was very hands-on. I had a thing called a boom truck, which is like a small crane that I operated myself for about 5 years. I probably have 3,000 hours of operating time.
Wow.
Working that thing. And in doing so, I learned a completely new skill set, but I was also doing the same kinds of things like we did in the business. I was interacting with people. I had a crew, people that worked for me. I was in charge, and they were looking at me for direction and keeping everybody in between the ditches and keeping them safe and dealing with all the personality things that go on. And it was just, all the things you deal with. The more people that work for you, you're not only their boss, but you're taking care of their families and all their problems and their hot water heater going out when they're going out on the road for 5 days and all those things. So I've completely engulfed myself in a completely different industry than I ever thought about being in, and learn just some crazy skill set things about, like I said, a whole different industry that I've now been in for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And I got satisfaction in the day building things, because we built 300-foot tall towers in about 4 days.
Whoa.
And
Oh,
when you're sitting there, the guy
they're
pulling
still
the lever.
standing?
Hmm?
They still
What?
standing?
Are they still standing?
Yeah,
You built them in 4 days?
yeah, 4 days. So,
Man.
and I perfected, and the first one I did took me a week, and I kept, it's like a giant Lego set, but my brain, I was like working how to make it faster, more efficient, whatever. And we got down, the best we ever did, we did a 300 footer in 3 days. And
Wow.
with, but again, you got paid per the job. It wasn't by the hour. So if I could get one built in 3 or 4 days and get another one done, do 2 a week and 6 a month, that I started a little business that the seed money was 20 grand, and within a year we did $1 million worth of business in a year.
Holy smokes.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And I get just learn to put all the same work ethic, principles and things in, and then all the things I learned with working at Turner Broadcasting in corporate America, I parlayed into now working for a company I've been with for 17 years, and I worked with them in a corporate capacity in the beginning, and it's changed into a different role today. But all those communication skill set things that I learned through doing all these different things came into play to enable me to do that. And then of course, Greg brings me into the power town where wrestling lives on, and now my brain keeps stretching more and more. So he thinks I need to keep exercising it and have new challenges, and it's a lot of fun. I joke about it, but all kidding aside, it's been almost 3 years we've been working on this thing, and it to start something at this age with this big of a you know footprint of things that we're working on and working with, and people in completely outside the wrestling industry, projects and things that we have in the works, that it's just crazy that truly the adventure never ends until you want it to end, because there's always something out there if you keep pushing ahead, and keep your head on a swivel and keep your head straight. Don't get in trouble.
Right? That's it. But the neat thing is like doing this kind of stuff, like at any age, is great for you. But I know like investing your time and even starting new projects or doing new things that you weren't used to, that like keeps you young and involved with everything too. I think, I just see that happen with a lot of people. Like a guy, he was a former Marine and a former prison guard. He would just work at Whole Foods just like 3 days a week just to keep interacting with people and stuff like that and keep it going. And it's just like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you just find that kind of solace in that. Greg, how about you? What was something for you that you kind of put your head and
Well,
your mind at after retiring?
I liked being in wrestling,
Hmm.
but I just didn't quite fit in the corporate structure that the WWE had.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, uh, I had come from where Vern made all the decisions and I helped make those decisions, to now I have to listen to everybody else making the decisions, and I might not agree with what the way the direction they're going. So
Sure.
that didn't work out so well for me. But I was also, our wrestling program has phenomenal ratings throughout the Midwest and to the West Coast, that had opportunities. I did a lot of commercials.
Hmm.
And for one in particular car company, I did like 93 commercials for them. And they had the most sales they've ever had in the years that I was with them. Then they brought me in as a salesperson and a manager, because of the name, basically. And I was honest and fair with people, and they got good deals from me. And they would get on my butts about it sometimes, the management. I said, "Hey, you're selling more cars than you've ever sold."
Yeah.
And I said, "And you have a good reputation now."
That's it.
I said, "I think that means more than anything. It's not just the car business and the way you guys ran it. We've now brought a whole different uh, buyer to your product because of credibility, and
Hmm.
that's what I brought to the table for them."
How about that?
But the most satisfying thing that I ever did, and I was able to do this when I was wrestling a little bit, but more so when I got out, was coaching football and baseball.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I had more fun with that and more satisfaction. I took they started in third grade in the football.
Uh-huh.
And it was, you just basically they broke it up into almost the neighborhoods, but we had 6 of them. And my background in college football, I brought in the old Wyoming offense to third graders and was teaching them how to trap block and do all this stuff. We never got beat. And I had them throwing the ball in the third grade.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I had these kids all the way up to freshmen. And even when they became freshmen, the coach at the school asked me to come up and put in the offense for them. I said, you don't have to put it in. Most of them know it.
You laid it in there. You got it embedded in their mind.
I think in the whole time from third grade with JP up to 9th grade, they lost 1 game.
My goodness.
And then we had it was really funny because this one group, Burnsville, oh shoot. What, did I lose you again?
No, you're still here.
I lost the picture.
Uh-oh, we're still here. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, we get this challenge from this team, and they're a bigger suburb than us.
Mm-hmm.
Much better, much bigger. And they said, what we'd like to do is every year we have an all-star. We have 4 teams, and we make an all-star team, and we've never been beat. And I said, oh, really? And he said, yeah, and he said, I think what we could do, we'd like to play it in a big venue. And I said, well, let me call the people at the Dome, the Metrodome in Minneapolis.
What?
Yeah. So I got them on the phone, and they let us bring the kids in to play. So we go in there, and the kids are in 6th grade. And this team now, they've got 4 teams of all-stars, right?
Uh-huh.
And we got just our team. We beat them 56-6. And the coach, he'd been bragging about how good they were. And I said, well, I shook his hands. I said, hey, what's your record now? So that's what gave me a lot of satisfaction.
You're like Fat Eddie Felson in the Hustler.
Oh, God.
Like Paul Newman.
Well, I've lost you guys completely. I don't even know how to get back on.
Can you can hear us though, Greg?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Oh man,
we can see you.
We see you.
All right.
We see
I'll
you.
just stay here. I'll stay like here with this blank screen in front of me.
We'll let you know if you're completely gone.
All right. Let me know if I am.
All right. Let's take a couple of super chats here and some questions asked. Instagram, a wrestling historian, Mr. Allen. What was supposed to be inside the envelope that Baby Doll gave to Dusty Rhodes? It was never revealed in the storyline. Thank you. The envelope to Baby Doll that Baby Doll gave to Dusty. What was in there, Magnum? Do you know?
I have no earthly idea.
Wow.
Probably nothing.
Hey,
Probably nothing. Hey, you're back. All right.
Good.
Darren Staley, thanks for the $5. 1985, shoot fist fight. Who would win, Arn or TA? Also, Greg and TA, who would you most not want to shoot fight in the day? Okay, who would win between you and Arn in a shoot fight, Magnum?
I don't know. I think Arn probably thinks he was in a shoot fight with me. I think I broke his poor nose one day. He leaned into that daggone back fist I used to throw. Jeez. I mean, Arn was a big, rough, rugged guy. I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. But
Right.
I can tell you that there was a host of people that you wouldn't want to hit you. I mean, like a host of them. There weren't. I'm not even talking about wrestling at this point in time. Just getting hit. You wouldn't want to get hit by the Road Warriors. You wouldn't want to get hit by Steve Dr. Death Williams. You wouldn't want to get hit by any of those guys. So and pretty much we all had the capacity to hurt somebody in about 15 seconds. So you quickly would not have anybody to work with if you ever went down that path. But there's not too many people that I would have just said, go ahead and tee off on me, and I'll see how it works out.
Right, you're not open yourself up to that. You know, you've gotten hit before. You just don't want to have it just
I mean,
actually happen
there
to
was
you.
guys. I mean, like if I told the story, stop me. The first time I wrestled Mad Dog. I ever tell that story?
I don't recall yet. No, go ahead.
So, I'd see my dad, when growing up, see him come home after Mad Dog, get scratches all over him and bite marks on him. And I'm going, God almighty, now I got to wrestle the guy. So I said to my dad, I said, hey, Dad, what do I do with this guy? And he said, hit him twice as hard as he hits you. And I said, and good luck.
Godspeed.
So I went in and he hit me with an open hand, and it was like a cement block hitting me. I could feel it down in my feet, and he hit me again, and I hit him back a couple times, and finally I got him good enough where he lost his equilibrium. So I grabbed a leg and I took him down. And when I did, I took a deep breath, and he scratches down the back of my back. Oh my God. So I wrestled about 25 minutes with him. I came back in the locker room, and I'm bleeding and I'm scratched up. And I said, God almighty. And Brunzell's laughing at me. And I said, hey, you got him Friday night in Denver. Good luck. So we get to Denver, and he said, what do I do with him? I said, hit him twice as hard as you. That's what Fred said. Well, then what? And I said, good luck.
The good luck.
He comes out, and he Mad Dog hit him a couple times, and finally caught Mad Dog right on the chin. And Mad Dog grabbed him by the mouth with the one hand, swung him around, fired him out of the ring, and then Jim hit the floor. He's, oh my God. And then here comes, he says, I see a shadow. Mad Dog jumps off the apron, both feet into his stomach, knocks the wind out of him, grabs him by the mouth again, fires him in the ring. He grabs him in the headlock, and he says, not that hard. So that was our experience with him. But I think the only guy that really scared me in the ring, being in the ring, was Billy Robinson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You never knew what he was going to do.
And yeah, I've heard I think we talked about this. He was a pretty big bully, right?
He walked me into the ropes. It was a clean match, and it was an outdoor match, and he hit me so freaking hard. And he kind of walked back and left. When he came in, I caught him as hard as I could hit him.
Yeah,
knocked him right to his knees. And after that, I had a pretty good match until at the end. And then he took advantage, when you give him your body. And I was really hot after the match. But yeah, he was no fun to be in the ring with.
That's a shoot heel move right there.
Yeah.
Jeez, oh man. Yeah, you do. I remember telling the story about Iron Sheik and how he took advantage of the Sheik and all that stuff.
Yeah. You hurt him bad in the camp.
No good. No good. All right.